people say they want to develop their Excel skills, but they say VLOOKUP is hard, like friend of mine. And many YouTubers make VLOOKUP tutorials. But why? Why do we need VLOOKUP? Let's say this is your data about your company's product sales in different countries. You watched my previous analysis video and applied what you learned, and now you're ready to give a presentation to your managers and your boss. After this presentation, they will decide the future of the company. Everything goes fine. Decision makers are getting information about sales for each country. Then someone says, how about continent-wise sales? I want to see our sales in Africa. Now you start selecting all the countries that belong to Africa, and you would better hope you don't choose the wrong country or miss one while everybody is looking at your charts. People will make decisions based on your work. Don't forget that. Let's say you manage it, but then this comes. Let's compare sales between continents. And now you can't just select every country one by one. That doesn't make any sense. You need either summarized averages or whatever metric you need. Somehow you need to organize the data. You need to group it. So you go back to your data set and create a new column called continent. And then you realize you need to do this for hundreds or even thousands of rows. Are you going to do all of that by hand? Absolutely not. That's where VLOOKUP comes in. You only define the variable once, and VLOOKUP does the rest of the work for you. Let's say this is your data, okay? Country, product and price. The sales. No time included, no something specific, very briefly data. So let's prepare our charts and do our analysis, and I'll come back in a second. Let's say you prepare this chart and you are giving presentations to your boss. Let's say you want to compare product 4 between Germany and Spain, and this is the total sale. Perfect. And let's say somebody in the meeting told you that I want to see the total sales in Africa for product 4, and you come here and you try to choose each African country. Egypt, one of them. Ghana, I'm not sure. Morocco, yes. Tanzania, is it Asia or Africa? I don't know. You see, you can make mistakes, and it's not a practical way. Like, you shouldn't go and ask to Google, where is Tanzania? Let's say you did it. Let's say your geography knowledge is so good. But here's the second question. Let's compare Africa and Europe. Like, what you gonna do? Choose Netherlands and Switzerland, Germany? You cannot compare the total sales. We need to group them. So we go back to our main data and we will create one more column and we will name it as a continent, and we will write each continent that has each countries in, so that we can do this comparison. Let's go back to sheet 1. Let's come here next to the countries and let's say insert and name this as a continent. Uganda and no, Africa. And let's say you write it wrong. The wrong one won't appear in your analysis. Let me show you. You go there, refresh all, and insert another slicer. You choose continent. You see Africa and Africa. These are supposed to be same, but these are not. Are you gonna do this? This is not worthy again. Are you gonna calculate these? No. You shouldn't do it by your hand. We will create a pivot table. Pivot tables are so good to see what we have. So let's add pivot table. And let's name that continent. I'll choose countries, and I will leave it as it is. Why? Because here I put only countries here, and these are each individual country that we can see in our table. Nothing more than that. Like, if you want to know their numbers, here they are how many times appeared in our data, but we don't interested in this. We need to know what we have. I'll choose all, copy it, paste it here, okay? And I'll write here country, and I'll write here continent. I'll create table here, start table. If you know all the countries very well, you can write it, but what if it is hundreds of thousands of data? You cannot write it one by one again. So I will just copy and paste to the artificial intelligence and ask it to group these countries. I just copy and paste from artificial intelligence, and this is the continents. I'll come here because I want to write each of these countries' continents to this cell, and I will look at this table. If it is Uganda, Excel will look to this table, it will search Uganda here, and it will see Africa, and it will go back and write Africa here. it will search Netherlands. Here it is. Here it will find it, and it will write Europe here. Okay, so this is how VLOOKUP works. Let's say VLOOKUP. So what I'm searching for? I'm searching for this value, okay? I'm searching for Uganda. I'm searching in the country column. This is my lookup value. Table array. I want to find Uganda in this table. I choose whole table. When it finds Uganda, what it gonna do next? It will write what is on the same row with Uganda, but only the column that you choose. We find Uganda and column index number 2. Because we want to write their continent. So I'll write 2 and I'll write false here because I want exact matches. And here it is. VLOOKUP formula. Search Netherlands in this table. There it is. And I said choose the second column of the table. And this is the second column of the table. So it will choose this one. And I want to say exact matches and it will write here. So let's say what will happen if I choose 1. You see, it goes back here, it searches Uganda in this table and it chooses in the first column. And what's in the first column? Country again. So it will choose Uganda again, it will write Uganda here or Netherlands. Or let's do another example, okay? Number, let's say number. 1, 2, and let's drag them. Okay. So if I say choose third column, you see it will choose all the numbers because now it searched for Uganda, it find it, and I told Excel that choose the value in the third column, and this is 29, and write it, and it writes 29 here. Or for Netherlands, it finds Netherlands and it's 16. So it writes 16 because I wanted so. I wanted to write what is in the second column of that table. Continents. This is what we are looking for. So I go back to my charts. Let's delete this one. Refresh our data because we did some changes. And I choose my table and I say insert slicer. And choose continent right now. And you see we have 3 continents. Do it with 3 columns. Perfect. So right now, I can compare African countries or Asian countries, okay? So let's come back here to the continent table, okay? I don't know what happened to the sound of this video and recording program doesn't work properly. So I'm recording this voice while I'm editing this video. What I'm doing here is I'm creating another pivot table from our main data to the working sheet. This time I choose continents on rows and I put prices into values. I decided to make summary, so I will leave it as it is. To visualize these numbers, I'm inserting bar charts. Pie charts also fits well here. Do however you want. I want to show my second chart into dashboard tab. So I'm creating an area for my second chart and I'm connecting other dynamic filters to the continent sales chart so that both charts will work together. Here you can see each individuals and their group analysis together. Play it however you want and never fail while you are doing your presentation like this guy. I hope you understand VLOOKUPs. It's not hard. Practice it by yourself and create your own examples. And see you next time.